Now we will discuss incorporating strategy-based instruction, which is SBI, into language classroom. Incorporating SBI into language classroom can be found around the world. So this is the practice which is found everywhere in the world. Reason is that it has been considered as a very useful approach with regard to any learning process. By using multiple ways, teachers can become aware of students' tendencies and then offer informal, unplanned advice on beneficial in-class and extra-class strategies. So, strategy-based instruction helps learners in terms of making them self-regulated. So, and the teachers, because it makes them aware of specific tendencies students have, their attitude, their approach towards learning. So this kind of instruction, which is strategy based, it relies on two things. One is giving learners awareness about their own effort for learning, and teachers to become more closer and become more sensitive towards the learning process of a student. Now, this is the approach which has been used everywhere, and it needs to be incorporated in language classrooms, especially in the second language classroom, where the learners require that kind of environment where they take charge of their learning process, and also they are exposed to the activities based on these strategies which can facilitate language learning process. So let's discuss some of the points related to the incorporating of SBI in language classroom. Now we have teachers specifically related to this who can also help students to put the results of a style preference questionnaire, because if we really want to incorporate SBI, we can do it through checklist and different methods, and when we do that, they help teachers to become aware of the tendencies and also the other such preferences which play an important part in the language development. Now the questionnaire serves to highlight the following 10 suggestions. Number 1 is lower inhibition. That is, play guessing games and communication games. To encourage risk-taking, that means praise students for making sincere efforts to try out language. To build self-confidence, that is, tell students that you do indeed believe in them or you have great opinion about them. Develop intrinsic motivation. This is very important to help students remind them explicitly about the reward for learning the language. Then we have engage in cooperative learning. That means direct students to share their knowledge, play down competition among students. Then to encourage students to use right brain processing, which means use movies and tapes in class. Have students do some reading passages rapidly. Then we have to promote ambiguity tolerance. Encourage students to ask questions and ask each other questions when they do not understand something. Then practice intuition. Help students to use them think or encourage thinking or guessing. Then we have process error feedback to get students to make their mistake work for them, or self-correction should be encouraged. Set personal goals. Explicitly encourage or direct students to go beyond the classroom goals, etc. So these are some of the strategies that can be used to assess students' preferences and tendencies in order to incorporate strategy-based instruction approach in the language classroom. Hence, Teachers can become aware of students' ability by incorporating SPI into language classroom and then facilitate students in learning inside the classroom as well as outside the classroom.